Game of Nightmares by Colton Dennis. After the death of Colton Dennis, 4 of his closest friends come together on his death anniversary, then discover a game that Colton made before he died. But once they start playing, after every roll of the dice, Colton's creations start returning one by one. Christopher Cania appears walking. A suitcase gets placed into the overhead storage. The overhead storage door shuts. A plane appears flying, then lands. Christopher walks outside of the airport, then raises his hand. A taxi stops. The door opens. Christopher gets into the taxi. The taxi is driving, then stops in front of a building. The door opens. Christopher walks into the building, then into a room. "I've got Colton's books," said Christopher. The chair turns around. Jacob D'Agostino appears. "All right, let's get started then," said Jacob. 1 year later, Christopher appears sleeping. An alarm clock goes off. Christopher groans, hits the alarm clock, then gets out of bed. Footsteps are walking. Christopher walks into the bathroom, then starts urinating. The toilet flushes. Christopher walks downstairs, then pours coffee into a mug. The television turns on. "Hello everyone. Valerie Shoemaker here at St. Mary's Cemetery, where a year ago today, Colton Dennis was laid to rest. Colton Dennis wrote close to 60 books before dying. Today there's gonna be a memorial service for him at St. Mary's Church. He was a good man and will be missed by many," said Valerie. The telephone starts ringing. Christopher grabs the telephone. "Hello? Hey, yeah, I can stop by." "All right, see you in a few minutes," said Christopher, hanging up the telephone, grabs his coat and keys, then walks towards his car. "Hello, Christopher," said Mrs. Hines. "Hey, beautiful lady, what are you up to today?" asked Christopher. "Just taking a walk," said Mrs. Hines. "Well, you be careful. Don't need you to get hurt," said Christopher. "I'll be fine," said Mrs. Hines. "Hey, you, keep it up. I won't be able to beat you in a race," said Christopher. "Oh, you? Where are you heading this early?" asked Mrs. Hines. "I'm heading to a memorial service for Colton," said Christopher. "Oh, well, give everyone my prayers," said Mrs. Hines. "I will. Be careful," said Christopher, getting into his car. Christopher's car is driving, pulls into a parking lot, then parks. The engine turns off. The driver door opens, then shuts. Christopher pulls out his cell phone, then starts pressing the buttons. A rumbling sound in the distance. Christopher looks up, then hangs up his cell phone. A motorcycle approaches, pulls into the parking lot, then parks next to Christopher's car. The motorcycle helmet gets taken off. Jacob D'Agostino appears. "Hey Chris," said Jacob. "Hey Jake, it's great to see you," said Christopher. "You too, man. I mean, look at ya. Definitely lost way, huh?" asked Jacob. "Well, what's that on your face, Mud?" asked Christopher. Both Christopher and Jacob are laughing, then hug. "I can't believe you still have the motorcycle," said Christopher. "Well, it was Colton's, and I can't bring myself to sell it, so I drive it," said Jacob. "So, anyone else coming?" asked Christopher. "Well, I called all that new Colton. A lot of them probably won't come," said Jacob. "How about Valerie?" asked Christopher. "As far as I know," said Jacob. "How about Sarah?" asked Christopher. I guess," said Jacob. Both Christopher and Jacob walk into the church. The front door opens. Woman number 1 appears. "Excuse me." Woman number 1 turns around. Sarah Kindler appears. Sarah, said Christopher. Hey Chris, Jacob, said Sarah. I didn't think you'd come, said Christopher. Me neither. But how could I not? I mean, it's Colton, for God's sake, said Sarah. How you been? Asked Christopher. Good, good. You? Asked Sarah. Fine. I've been fine, said Christopher. Hey, so have I. Both Christopher and Sarah look at Jacob. Just trying to break the tension, said Jacob. Footsteps. Or approaching? All three look up at the front door. Valerie Shoemaker appears, walking into the church. Hey guys, said Valerie, hugging Christopher, then Sarah. Mrs. Shoemaker, said Jacob. Mr. Di Agostino, said Valerie. So, when does this thing start? I need to get back to New York today, asked Sarah. Well, it's 9:30. The service is at 10, said Jacob. So, how's the writing? Asked Valerie. Great, it pays the bills. And my next book is coming out soon. But, what about you? How's Miles? Asked Sarah. He's good. He's with Alan and Stacy, said Valerie. How old are they now? Asked Christopher. Alan's 5 and Stacy's 3. Cutest 3-year-old you've ever seen. How about you, Chris? Asked Valerie. Well, work's a bitch. Getting people's manuscripts every day. Picking the ones that are good are the hardest. And my boss is such a hard ass, said Christopher. Who's your boss? Asked Valerie. Me, said Jacob. Both Sarah and Valerie start laughing. You too might be laughing. But he's telling the truth, said Christopher. Excuse me, Mr. Di Agostino. But we're ready, said priest number 1. All right, Father. Let's find our seats, said Jacob. The church doors are being opened. That was a great service, said Christopher. It really was, said Valerie. Thanks for coming again, guys, said Jacob. No problem, said Valerie. Hey, do you guys want to get some lunch? It's on me, said Christopher. Sure, said Jacob. Christopher looks at Jacob. Lunch sounds good. Miles could spend more time with the kids, said Valerie. Sarah? Asked Christopher. I don't know, said Sarah. Oh, come on, it's lunch. And I'm paying, said Christopher. All right, a quick lunch, said Sarah. All 4 are sitting at a table. I'll have a burger, said Christopher. Me too, said Jacob. I'll have a salad, please, said Valerie. Same here, said Sarah. Can you guys believe it's been a year since Colton's incident, said Christopher. Yeah, at least we saw some of his family at the service, said Sarah. Yeah, said Valerie. Oh, I found these in Colton's box. Christopher gave them to me, said Jacob, handing copies of books. Signed books by Colton, said Valerie. That was his last book, said Jacob. Colton Dennis's nightmares come to life. He always had great titles of books, said Sarah. Yeah, it's based off of the incident from his first museum. Remember that, said Jacob. Yeah, scary shit. Especially on Halloween, said Christopher. I remember that. And it was 5 years ago, said Valerie. That long already, said Jacob. You know what? I need to get going. It was great seeing you guys, said Sarah, walking away. Sarah, said Valerie. Christopher follows Sarah. Wow, her job must be tough. Valerie looks at Jacob. It was a joke, said Jacob. Footsteps are approaching Sarah. Sarah, hey, what's wrong? Asked Christopher. I need to go. I need to get back to New York, said Sarah. Sarah, Sarah, it's me. You know I can tell when you're lying, said Christopher. Sarah looks up at Christopher, then starts crying. Christopher holds Sarah close. I still can't believe he's gone, said Sarah. I know. It's like the world stopped when he died. But we know one thing. He's watching over us, protecting us, like he always said he would, said Christopher. Can I stay with you tonight? Asked Sarah. Sure. Now, let's go have some lunch, said Christopher, smiling. Sarah smiles too. The sun rises. The alarm clock goes off. Christopher hits the alarm clock, then gets out of bed. Footsteps are walking downstairs. Christopher walks into the kitchen. Sarah appears sitting at the table. Hey, did the couch fit your liking? Asked Christopher. Yeah. Thanks for letting me stay here, said Sarah. No problem, said Christopher. Well, I think I should get going. I missed my flight yesterday. And my boss might not like that. So, where's my suitcase? Asked Sarah. In the closet, said Christopher. The closet door opens. Sarah grabs her suitcase, then sees a box with Colton's name on it. Sarah grabs the box, then opens it. A cloth unwraps a board game. Hey Chris, what's this? Asked Sarah. Christopher approaching. Oh, that's one of Colton's things he made before he died, said Christopher. What is it? Asked Sarah. It looks like some kind of game, said Christopher. You've never knew about this? Asked Sarah. Actually no, said Christopher, grabbing the board game, then puts onto the table. The board game lid opens. Wow, said Sarah. Look at this board, said Christopher. Sarah opens a little drawer. Board game pieces appear. Hey look, said Sarah. It's little Colton game pieces. He always had cool ideas, said Christopher. Sarah pulls out a piece of paper. And quote, Dear Chris, I'm giving you this game. I don't want anyone to know about this game. Not until you play first. And I want you to bring 3 other of my friends to play too. 4 players per game. And know this, you must play until the end. Love, your brother, Colton. P.S. and quote, don't roll doubles, and quote, don't roll doubles. What does that mean? Asked Sarah. I don't know. Only play with my friends. Maybe Jake and Valerie will play, said Christopher, pulling out his cell phone. Who else? You need 4 people to play, said Sarah. Me, Jake, Val and you, said Christopher. Me. I need to get to New York, said Sarah. Can't that wait? Take a week's vacation, said Christopher. I can't, said Sarah. Please, for Colton, said Christopher. Fine. I'll play, said Sarah. Good, said Christopher. Footsteps are walking. The front door opens. Hey guys, what's up? Asked Jacob. I found this. Colton made a board game, said Christopher. Shit, that's awesome. Let's play, said Jacob. I got your call. What's up? ASKD Valerie. Val, run, said Sarah. Why? Asked Valerie. Because we're gonna play a board game, said Christopher. I came here to play a board game, said Valerie. Yes, said Christopher. I don't think so, said Valerie. Oh, come on, it's not hard. You just take dice, roll it, then drop it onto the board, which reads 6, then, said Jacob, looking at the board. A board game piece starts moving by itself. How's that possible? Asked Valerie. It has to be magnetic. That's the only possibility, said Sarah. The board game piece stops A flash of light blinds all four of them, then disappears. What the hell was that? Asked Valerie. I don't know, said Christopher. That was awesome, said Jacob, laughing. It's not funny. We could have been blinded, said Sarah. Well, sorry, I thought we, said Jacob, being interrupted. A smashing sound comes from upstairs. All four look up at the ceiling. Is someone else here? Asked Sarah. No, said Christopher. The sound of footsteps are walking from above them, then come down the staircase. Evil laughter. Black X appears. Hello, children, said Black X. Holy shit. It's Black X, said Jacob. No hiding this time, said Black X, pointing a gun. All four duck. The gun fires. The window smashes. Damn. Well, it's only a window, said Black X. Christopher knocks the gun out of Black X's hand. Black X punches Christopher. Chris, said Sarah. Black X grabs the gun. Jacob kicks the gun, then punches Black X's face. Ow, he's wearing a mask, said Jacob. Black X punches Jacob, then points the gun at Sarah. Valerie moves. Sarah, the gun fires again. You two are dead, said Black X, pointing the gun at both Sarah and Valerie, then gets hit in the back of his head with a vase. Jacob holding his jaw. Prick, said Jacob. Let's put him in the closet, said Christopher. Black X gets dragged into the closet. The closet door shuts, then locks. That won't hold him, said Sarah. I know, said Christopher. What do we do? Asked Valerie. This is gonna sound stupid, but we need to finish the game, said Christopher. Yeah, a killer just appeared. But we could finish the game, said Jacob. That's where he came from, said Christopher. From Colton, said Sarah. No, from the game. And now that we started, we need to finish. But before we do, Colton said in a note. And quat. Not to roll doubles, and quat, said Christopher. Why not? Asked Valerie. I don't want to find out. Whose turn? Asked Christopher. Why don't you go? Chris, asked Sarah. All right. Christopher grabs the dice, shakes his hand, then rolls them. 4, said Christopher. The board game piece starts moving, then stops. A flash of light blinds all four of them, then disappears. All four are looking around. I guess nothing came out, said Jacob. What a relief. I'll go, said Valerie, grabbing the dice. The garbage cans fall outside. What was that? Asked Sarah. My garbage cans. Something must have knocked them over. Hold on a second, said Christopher, walking outside, sees the garbage cans laying on the ground, then grabs them. A growling sound comes from behind Christopher. Christopher turns around, then his eyes widen. A hyena appears. Christopher turns back around. 3 more hyenas appear. I wonder what's taking Chris, said Sarah. All 3 are walking outside. Chris, where are you? Asked Jacob. Shh, guys, keep it down, said Christopher. What you doing up in the tree? Asked Valerie. Climbing it, said Christopher. Why? Asked Sarah. Because of them, said Christopher, pointing. All 3 turn around. Then their eyes widen. The hyenas appear, growling. All 3 start climbing up the tree. The hyenas are running at all 3 of them. A hyena jumps up, then tries biting Jacob's leg. Geez, that was close, said Jacob. Well, we need to postpone the game for now, said Christopher. The gun fires. The closet door kicks open. Black X walks out of the closet. Where'd they go? Snarling in the distance. Black X walks outside. All right, you 4. Black X sees the hyenas. Jesus Christ, said Black X. The hyenas are growling at Black X. Black X starts running away. The hyenas are chasing Black X. How ironic, said Jacob. All four climbing down the tree. All right, let's keep playing, said Christopher. I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to pull anything else out, said Sarah. If we don't play, Colton's monsters will destroy everything. So come on. Valerie, do you want to go next? Said Christopher. All four are walking into the house, then sit down. Valerie grabs the dice, shakes her hand, then rolls. 4. Oh God. Doubles, said Valerie. The board game piece starts moving, then stops. A flash of light blinds all four of them, disappears, then flashes again. Whoa! That was twice, said Sarah. I hope it's nothing dangerous this time, said Valerie. Laughing comes from behind all four of them. All four turn around. A gnome appears. What the fuck? Said Jacob. Is that our gnome? Asked Sarah. Yeah, said Valerie. Hey little guy, what's your name? Asked Christopher. Fuck you, said gnome number 1, kicking Christopher in his shin, then laughs. You little bastard, said Christopher, trying to grab the gnome. The gnome runs underneath Christopher's leg, then underneath the table. All three stand up. The table is shaking, then stops. All four look underneath the table. It's gone, said Valerie. Where'd it go? Asked Sarah. All four stand up. The gnome appears on the table holding a pickaxe. Oh no, said Christopher. A howling in the distance. All five look at the front living room. A werewolf smashes through the front living room window. All four fall onto the floor. The gnome starts running. The werewolf chases the gnome around the house. The sound of glass smashing. The gnome jumps out the window, lands onto the sidewalk, then laughs. The werewolf breaks through the house wall, then howls. The gnome starts running again. The werewolf starts chasing the gnome again. Pieces of the house falls. All four are looking at the hole in the side of the house. Hey Chris, didn't you say you wanted to redecorate? Asked Jacob. All right, Sarah, it's your turn, said Christopher. I don't think I should, said Sarah. What else could possibly happen? Asked Christopher. Sarah grabs the dice, shakes her hand, then rolls. 7, said Sarah. A board game piece starts moving, then stops. A flash of light blinds all four of them, then disappears. Oh, I have a bad feeling. A snarling sound comes behind all four of them. All four turn around. A wolverine appears. See, I said, and quat. I had a bad feeling, and quat, said Sarah. What do we do? Asked Valerie. I suggest running, said Jacob. Christopher grabs the board game. All four start running. The wolverine starts chasing all four of them. All four run outside of the front door, then shut it. The wolverine snarls, then walks away. Next time you tell me to play a game, remind me to say, and quat, no, and quat, said Sarah. Well, at least I grabbed the game this time. Jake, it's your turn again, said Christopher. Jacob grabs the dice, shakes his hand, then rolls. Double sixes, said Jacob. Oh, great, said Sarah. The board game piece starts moving, then stops. A flash of light blinds all four of them, disappears, then flashes again. A figure is running in the background. All four look up. Did you see that? Asked Christopher. I didn't see anything, said Sarah. Something's over there, said Valerie. Christopher approaches the bushes. The bushes are being moved. Nothing's here, said Christopher. All three sit back down. Evil Fluffy Demon appears next to Sarah. Sarah screams. Evil Fluffy Demon hisses. All three stand up. Evil Fluffy Demon grabs the board game then runs away. No, not the game, said Christopher. Let him. Take it, said Sarah. You didn't understand me before. And what if we don't finish the game? Colton's monsters could destroy the city, and what? Said Christopher. All four start chasing Evil Fluffy Demon. Evil Fluffy Demon runs into the woods then stops. Sasquatch appears. Evil Fluffy Demon drops the board game. Footsteps are approaching then stop. Oh my God, it's Bigfoot, said Jacob. Sasquatch roars. Evil Fluffy Demon runs away. We need to get out of here, said Valerie. We need that game, said Christopher slowly walking. Sasquatch roars again. Christopher stops. Let's distract him, said Valerie. Are you nuts? Asked Sarah. It's the only way to get the game, said Valerie. Hey Bigfoot, over here? Yeah, come this way big boy, said Jacob walking away from both. Sarah and Valerie then waves his arms. Sasquatch roars then runs towards Jacob. Jacob, said both Sarah and Valerie. Jacob moves. Sasquatch runs into a tree that falls onto the ground. Nice work, said Valerie. Sasquatch growls then stands up. All four start running. Christopher grabs the board game. Sasquatch chases all four of them. We need to lose him, said Christopher. This way, said Jacob. All four run down a path. Sasquatch continues chasing all four of them. Footsteps. Continuously running then stop. Sasquatch looks around. All four are hiding behind the trees. Sasquatch starts pulling out and knocking down the trees, roars then walks away. That was too close, said Sarah. All right, my turn, said Christopher. You still want to play? After all this happening? Asked Sarah. We need to, said Christopher. Fine. Just roll, said Sarah. Christopher grabs the dice, shakes his hand then rolls. 3, said Christopher. The board game piece starts. Moving then stops. A flash of light blinds all four of them then disappears. Everyone brace themselves, said Jacob. Footsteps are running. Evil Fluffy Demon appears then runs at all four of them. Oh God, said Sarah. Evil Fluffy Demon gets tripped. Dr. Roboto appears. Evil Fluffy Demon hisses. Both Dr. Roboto and Evil Fluffy Demon start fighting. Two puppets are fighting. Never seen that before, said Valerie. Val, take your turn before they notice, said Christopher. Valerie grabs the dice, shakes her hand then rolls. The board game's piece starts moving then stops. A flash of light blinds all four of them then disappears. A snarling sound comes from the woods. Oh no, the Wolverine's back, said Sarah. Footsteps are walking. The Daydreamer alien appears then snarls. What the fuck is that? Asked Jacob. That's the Daydreamer alien. Remember from Colton's book? Daydreamer, said Christopher. It's ugly as hell, said Sarah. Just don't let it touch you, said Christopher. Why? Asked Valerie. It takes the form of whoever it touches, said Christopher. The Daydreamer alien walks towards all four of them. The trees are falling. Sasquatch roars. The Daydreamer alien hisses. Sasquatch hits the Daydreamer alien. The Daydreamer alien goes into a tree. Sasquatch looks at all four of them. This ain't good, said Valerie. A gun fires. Sasquatch gets shot then runs away. Oh, thank God, said Sarah. All four turn around. Black X appears. Did you really think you lost me? I don't fucking think so, said Black X, cocking the gun, then points it at all four of them. The Wolverine jumps at Black X. Black X is screaming. Let's get out of here, said Christopher. All four start running. Black X continues screaming. A cabin appears in their distance. Hey, there's a cabin. Let's take shelter in there, said Valerie. All four walk into the cabin. Does anybody live here? Asked Sarah. No. This place has been abandoned for years. All right. Over here. Sarah, it's your turn, said Christopher. Sarah grabs the dice, shakes her hand, then rolls. 9. The board game piece starts moving, then stops. A flash of light blinds all four. Them then disappears. Oh, I can't wait to see what I pulled out, said Sarah. Don't be sarcastic. Right now, said Christopher. A grunting sound in the distance. All four look up. Diamond Head appears, then runs at all four of them. Get that thing away, said Sarah. Diamond Head swings his arms. Sarah's legs get cut, then she falls onto the floor. Sarah, said Christopher, kicking Diamond Head. Diamond Head lands next to the cabin door, groans, then stands up. Here it comes again, said Jacob. Diamond Head swings his arms again. Valerie's legs get cut, then she falls onto the floor. Jacob grabs a lamp, then swings it. Diamond Head gets hit, then goes through the cabin window. Are you two all right? Asked Jacob. Yeah, said Valerie. Jake, find some bandages, said Christopher. Jacob runs into the bathroom, then brings out some bandages. Here, said Jacob. Christopher wraps both Sarah's and Valerie's legs. I shouldn't have never suggested to play the game, said Christopher. Hey, you didn't know this would happen, said Sarah. But look at what happened to you. It's my fault, said Christopher. Actually, it'd be Colton's. Because he made the damn game, said Jacob. Let's just finish the game, then after destroy it, said Sarah. All four start laughing. I'll make sure that happens, said Christopher. My turn, said Jacob, grabbing the dice, shakes his hand, then rolls. 7, said Jacob. The board game piece starts moving, then stops. A flash of light blinds all four of them. All four look around. Maybe nothing came out, said Valerie. I really hope so, said Sarah. Christopher grabs the dice. The cabin door breaks down. The knotlock appears. Honey, I'm home, said the knotlock. Of course, said Sarah. The knotlock walks towards all four of them. Christopher stands, gets punched, then falls into Jacob. The knotlock grabs Sarah by her throat. Valerie jumps onto Knotlock's back. Get off me, you bitch, said the knotlock, letting go of Sarah, then tries shaking Valerie off his back. Guys, Val needs help, said Sarah. Both Christopher and Jacob stand up. The knotlock grabs Valerie's hair, then pulls her off his back. Valerie groans. The knotlock swings his nail bat. Both Christopher and Jacob move backwards, tackle knotlock, then all three go through the cabin wall. All three are groaning. Guys, are you all right? Asked Sarah. Great, said Jacob. Both Christopher and Jacob walk into the cabin. Christopher grabs the dice, shakes his hand, then rolls. 4, said Christopher. The board game piece starts moving, then stops. A flash of light blinds all four of them. A humming sound in the distance. What's that noise? Asked Valerie. Flying troll appears, then flies towards all four of them. All four duck. What the hell's that? Asked Jacob. It's another Black Friday toy. Flying troll, I believe, said Christopher. Flying Troll is hovering over all four of them. Jacob grabs the lamp again, then swings it. Flying Troll goes out the window into Diamond Head. I believe that was a home run, said Jacob. Val, it's your turn, said Christopher. Valerie grabs the dice, shakes her hand, the rolls. 11. That's a good number, said Valerie. The game piece starts moving, then stops. A flash of light blinds all four of them. The sound of wheels are approaching. All four look down. Magnetic Flamer appears. Don't tell me. Another toy, said Jacob. Yes, and that one is dangerous, said Christopher. The knotlock appears in their hole in the cabin wall. I'm not done with you. Magnetic Flamer turns towards the knotlock. What the hell is that? Asked the knotlock. Magnetic Flamer moves his torch towards the knotlock. Fire blows out of Magnetic Flamer's flamethrower. The knotlock catches on fire, then runs outside of the cabin. Magnetic Flamer turns, then gets kicked. Sarah stomping onto Magnetic Flamer. I'm so sick of these goddamn monsters. Why don't you just die? Said Sarah. Magnetic Flamer being crushed. Sarah turns towards all three of them. Remind me to never piss you off, said Jacob. It's your turn, Sarah, said Christopher. Sarah grabs the dice, shakes her hand, then rolls. Double threes, Jesus, said Sarah. The board game piece starts, moves, then stops. A flash of light blinds all four of them. People are screaming in the distance. All four run outside of the cabin. The Mega Scorpion appears in the distance. People are running down the street. You've got to be kidding, said Valerie. The Mega Scorpion's claws continuously snapping, sees all four of them, then crawls towards them. Maybe we could run, said Jacob. All four of them turn around. The space aliens appear, then snarl. What are they? Asked Sarah. Colton's space aliens. Half raptor, half scorpion, said Christopher. The Mega Scorpion screeches. We're dead, said Jacob. What do we do? Asked Valerie. I don't know, said Christopher. The Mega Scorpion's tail swings. All four move. The Mega Scorpion's tail goes into the ground. The space aliens snarl at the Mega Scorpion. The Mega Scorpion screeches again. The space aliens attack the Mega Scorpion. Hurry! Get inside, said Jacob. All four are running into the cabin. Hurry, Jake. It's your turn, said Valerie. Jacob grabs the dice, then shakes his hand. Don't drop those dice. If you do, I'll kill you, said Black X. Please, we need to finish the game, said Christopher. I don't think so. You see, since Colton's not around anymore, we don't need to worry about him. So, now we write our own stories. And they start now. And too bad, you only needed a 10 to win. Oh well, said Black X, cocking the gun. No, said Jacob, stepping in front of Christopher. The gun fires. Jacob gets shot in his shoulder, then drops the dice. Jake, said Christopher. The dice are rolling, then reads 10. The board game piece starts moving, then stops. The cabin starts shaking. All four are looking around. Christopher sees the dice. Looks like the game's over, said Christopher. And quat? No, and quat, yelled Black X, echoing. The cabin walls start breaking. The space aliens get sucked into the orb. The Mega Scorpion screeches, then gets sucked into the orb. Diamond Head, Flying Troll, and Magnetic Flamer get sucked into orb. The knotlock screaming, the gets sucked into orb. The Daydreamer alien is snarling, then gets sucked into the orb. Dr. Roboto gets sucked into the orb. Both Evil Fluffy Demon and Sasquatch get sucked into the orb. The wolverine snarls, then gets sucked into the orb. Both the gnome and the werewolf get sucked into the orb. The hyenas get sucked into the orb. And quat, I'll be back, and quat, yelled Black X, being sucked into the orb. All four look around. We did it. We beat the game, said Christopher. All right. Next time we discover something of Colton's, don't open it, said Sarah. All four start laughing. 1 week later. Christopher is hammering a nail. Hey Chris, said Sarah. Hey Sarah, I thought you were in New York, asked Christopher. I was. I got a week's vacation. Gives me time to think of a new book, said Sarah. Jacob walks around the corner. Hey Sarah, want a drink? Asked Jacob. Lemonade, thanks, said Sarah. Chris, asked Jacob. No, I'm good, said Christopher. I see you're putting up the new wall, said Sarah. Yeah, thought it'd be easy. It's not, said Christopher. A car pulls up. The doors open then shut. Both Miles Shoemaker and Valerie appear. Hey guys, said Christopher. Hey, nice to see everyone, said Miles. Hey, who's watching the kids? Asked Sarah. My mom, said Valerie. We came to help, said Miles. Well, grab a hammer, said Christopher. Anything we could do? Asked Sarah. Actually, if you don't mind. My inside is pretty messy with debris, said Christopher. No problem, said Valerie. A broom is sweeping. A dustpan dumps the debris into a trash can. All right, it's all clean in here. Sarah steps onto a few boxes. Hey Chris, what do you want with these boxes? Asked Sarah. Put them into the closet, said Christopher. The closet door opens. Sarah places the boxes onto the floor of the closet, then looks around it. Hey, is something wrong? Asked Valerie. I can't find the game that we played, said Sarah. It should be in here, said Valerie. Hey, what you looking for? Asked Jacob. Where'd Chris put the game? Asked Sarah. It should be in the closet, said Jacob. All three are looking inside of the closet. Both Christopher and Miles walk into the middle living room. Hey, what's so interesting about my closet, guys? Asked Christopher. Chris, where's that board game? Asked Sarah. It should be in there. No, wait, I put it with a few boxes yesterday. They were on the porch, said Christopher. Oh yeah, I saw those boxes when I stopped by yesterday, said Miles. Did you see the game? Asked Christopher. I guess, said Miles. So, you have it, said Valerie. No, I took those boxes down to the thrift store. Like you told me to do, said Miles. Oh shit, said Christopher. What's so important about that board game? Anyway, asked Miles. The thrift store appears. People are walking around. A stack of board games appear on a shelf. Oh, Mommy, look at this game, said little girl number 1. Never seen this game before. Must be very old. All right, I'll buy that for you, said woman number 1. The end.